When the sun disappears tonight, you'll probably tap a button without even thinking about it. Instantly, your room fills with light. But for almost all of human history, that moment never existed. Once the sun went down, darkness took over completely. No streetlights, no phones, no glowing windows. Just darkness so deep you could barely see your own hands. For hundreds of thousands of years, every human being who ever lived spent nearly half their life in that darkness. Most of them didn't even have candles. The only light came from the stars above and the fire they struggled to keep alive. And that raises a strange question. What did humans actually do at night before electricity existed? The answer reveals something surprising about sleep. Imagination and the way human civilization was built. It all begins with fire. Scientists believe humans were controlling fire at least 1 million years ago. With some of the oldest evidence found in South Africa's Wonderwork cave, fire gave warmth and protection, but its biggest impact was something deeper. It completely changed the rhythm of human life. Before fire, our ancestors behaved like most animals. When darkness arrived, activity stopped. Night was dangerous. Predators could see far better than humans ever could. Leopards, wolves, and hyenas ruled the darkness, while humans hid quietly, hoping to survive until sunrise. But a fire changed everything. A small campfire created a safe zone where predators hesitated to enter. Step outside that circle, and the danger returned instantly. Even modern studies of hunter-gatherer societies show that wandering away from campfires at night can dramatically increase the risk of predator attacks. Yet protection wasn't the only gift fire gave us. It gave humans extra time. Instead of the day ending at sunset, people suddenly had a few more usable hours every night. Those extra hours may have changed humanity forever. Anthropologist Polly Wisner studied the Ju-Hwansi people of the Kalahari Desert, one of the last communities living close to ancient human lifestyles. She noticed something fascinating. During the day, conversations were mostly practical. Hunting, food, work, survival. But once night arrived and people gathered around the fire, everything changed. The camp became filled with stories. People spoke about distant lands, ancestors, spirits, adventures, and impossible ideas. They laughed together, shared myths, and imagined worlds beyond what they could physically see. Around those fires, humans may have developed the creativity and storytelling that shaped civilization itself. The campfire became humanity's first classroom, first theater, and first social network. But nighttime held another secret, one modern society almost completely forgot. Today, most people believe sleeping in one long block is normal. But history suggests otherwise. Historian Roger Ickersh spent years studying ancient diaries, letters, medical records, and literature. Again and again, he found references to something called first sleep and second sleep. Before the modern era, people commonly slept in 2 separate phases. They would fall asleep shortly after dark, rest for several hours, then naturally wake up in the middle of the night. For 1 or 2 quiet hours, they stayed awake. Some prayed, some talked, some reflected on dreams, or simply sat in silence. Afterward, they returned to bed for their second sleep until sunrise. This wasn't considered strange. It was normal human behavior for centuries. Then, modern science accidentally confirmed it. In the 1990s, psychiatrist Thomas Weir removed artificial light from volunteers. Lives for several weeks. Without screens, lamps, or electric lighting, every participant slowly returned to the same pattern. 4 hours of sleep, a calm period of wakefulness, then another 4 hours of sleep. Researchers discovered these middle-of-the-night hours produced an unusually peaceful mental state. Participants described feeling calm, reflective, and deeply relaxed, almost like meditation. But that ancient rhythm disappeared once humans conquered the night with artificial light. Street lamps spread across cities. Candles became cheaper. Gas lamps arrived. Then electric bulbs transformed the world permanently. Suddenly, darkness no longer controlled human schedules. And with that change, humanity lost something it had experienced for thousands of generations. Today, bright screens and artificial lighting continue hours after sunset, confusing the brain into thinking daytime never ended. This delays melatonin production, disrupts sleep cycles, and alters the natural rhythms humans evolved with over millions of years. Some researchers even believe modern insomnia may partially come from forcing our brains into a sleep pattern they weren't originally designed for. For most of history, humans lived beneath skies untouched by artificial light. The Milky Way wasn't rare or hidden. It stretched across the heavens every single night. And during the silent hours between first and second sleep, People lay awake beside fading fires, thinking about dreams, stories, fears, and the lives waiting for them at dawn. Then humanity invented the light switch. And almost overnight, an ancient part of human life disappeared. So completely that most people today don't even realize it ever existed.